Welcome to Making Change Happen, an instructional video series from Standard Changemakers. In this episode, we'll show you how to update the firmware in the EF Plus module and the SC conversion controller. The EF Plus module has been available as an optional feature on most Standard Changemakers models since 2016. The SC conversion controller has been included in all SC conversion kits since 2017. It replaces the original logic board in the System 500 and System 600 bill validators used in older SC series change machines. The SC conversion kit was developed because Standard Changemakers no longer repairs the System 500, 500E, 600F ST, or 600EF bill validators, or their separating stacker assemblies. The EF Plus module and the SC conversion controller look very similar and operate almost identically. Both use an LCD display with a menu-driven interface that provides access to programming, diagnostic, and audit functions. You navigate the menus using the directional arrow keypad, while the input buttons are used to change settings or respond to on-screen prompts. The easiest way to tell the two controllers apart is by the location of the micro SD card slot and Ethernet port. On the EF Plus module, both the micro SD card slot and the Ethernet port are located on the right side of the controller. On the SC conversion controller, the micro SD card slot is located on the upper right side, while the Ethernet port is located on the bottom of the controller. To perform a firmware update, you'll need a micro SD card with a capacity of 32 gigabytes or less. Cards larger than 32 gigabytes are not recognized by the controller. You can order compatible micro SD cards from the Standard Changemaker service department by emailing service@standardchange.com. If you already have a compatible micro SD card, simply request that the firmware update be emailed to you. You'll receive a zip file containing the update. Unzip the file, then copy the .bin file directly to the micro SD card. Depending on the age of your controller, you may need to update both the bootloader and the firmware. If both updates are required, perform them one at a time. Load the bootloader first. Complete that update, then remove it from the micro SD card before copying the firmware file onto the card. Only one update file can be on the micro SD card at a time. To begin the update process, we must first determine our starting point. From the main menu, press the left arrow button once to Configuration Report. We will proceed down this menu by pressing the down arrow. Note the bootloader version, EF plus software version, dispenser software version, bill acceptor denomination, the EF plus MAC address, and printer info if a printer is present. Write down these settings to make sure they update properly. You will come to the end of the report. Pressing down one more time will take you back to the top. Configuration Report, or pressing Exit will do the same. Press Exit again, and it will return to the main menu. At this point, you should scroll through all settings and reports to mark down any settings you want to keep. Loading updated software may change these settings, and you will want to go back and change them if needed. By pressing the right arrow, you will see the various menu items. The most important features are Bills Accepted Settings, Bill VIN Settings, Fast VIN Settings, Email Settings, Machine Alert Settings, Other Settings, Configuration Report, Back to Main Menu. Printer settings and credit settings only come into play if a printer is present or the machine is equipped with a credit card reader. Under each of these menu items, press the down arrow to see the specific settings in the device. Make note of the unfamiliar settings so that you can program them back after the firmware is updated. The updates do return the device to factory default settings. After we have our settings recorded, we can begin the updating process. Identify the SD card reader port on the upper right side of either device. Once you have the BIN file loaded to your micro SD card, turn the machine off at the power supply. On newer machines, this is the lighted red button on the metal outlet. Switch it to off. In older machines, you will need to unplug one or two plugs coming from the power supplies into the black multi-outlet that leads to the power cord exiting the machine. Once power is turned off, insert the programmed micro SD card into the card reader port. It is seated properly when you feel it click in and stay. After the final restart, you should see the main menu. If you get an error code, press the reset button to see if that clears the error. If it doesn't, please contact the Standard Changemaker Service Department for help. Call 800-968-6955 or send an email to service@standardchange.com. If you have to update both the bootloader and the firmware, you will need to repeat all these steps with a different micro SD card that has the firmware update programming. After that update, you should scroll left by pressing the left arrow button once, then scroll down through the configuration report. Compare the versions with your earlier notes. Important note: the firmware programming for the EF Plus module is different than the firmware needed for the SC conversion controller. Do not try to load EF Plus firmware on the SC conversion controller, nor vice versa. You may have noticed the error on my EF Plus module. This EtherDev- EF network error is because I updated my software to be compatible with our SCM Connect remote access portal. This subscription-based program allows owners to see in real time the machine status, audit, and event reports. It also allows you to remotely reset the machine and dispense change. For more information on SCM Connect, email scmconnect@standardchange.com.